would like to start by asking you a question in today's Iaomai's Heart to Heart. Do you find yourself in a place where your life doesn't appear to be reflecting the promises and the vision that God gave you? Have you been in your life betrayed by those that you have trusted and loved? By those that should have loved you and cherished you but didn't? Are you still struggling with physical sickness and disease, emotional pain and hurt, psychological trauma, broken family relationships, unsaved and wayward loved ones, broken hopes and dreams, and unfulfilled purpose? Do you just feel done and like you want to give up? I know I have felt and experienced most, if not all, of these things at different times in my life, but never more deeply and intensely than over this past year. Some of it has been because the enemy is attacking much more fiercely than ever, because he knows that his time is running out, and because he wants to halt what God is doing in and through us. And some of it has been because God is doing a deep cleansing, which, although painful, shifts us into somewhere that we have never been before. In Psalm 139:26 in the Passion Translation, it says, God, I invite your searching gaze into my heart. Examine me through and through. Find out everything that may be hidden within me. Put me to the test and sift through all my anxious cares. See if there is any path of pain that I'm walking on, and lead me back to your glorious, everlasting ways, to the path that brings me back to you. The Bible tells us that the enemy comes only to steal, kill and destroy, and to take into captivity, to warp our identity, limit our faith, and stunt our character growth. He does this because he is afraid that if we really not just know our true identity, but understand and believe it, then we'll defeat his plans. He often knows this better than we do. He knows that uncompromised faith brings answers to prayer, and so does God. To build us and to restore us to who he created us to be, God allows us to be in situations that expose our weaknesses, but ultimately brings healing and builds our endurance and character. Because enduring faith brings answers. We were designed to have every prayer we pray answered. Sometimes, though, we give up waiting. We stop enduring. And yet it is in the waiting and the enduring that we find that he is still God, and that hope in him never disappoints. In painful circumstances, we learn to endure as God builds in us a faith that sees the invisible, believes the incredible, and receives the impossible. Even in the seasons in our lives when we don't understand why things and circumstances are the way they are, we come to know that our Abba Father is working for us behind the scenes. In Genesis, we read the story of Joseph, who was given a dream from God, then betrayed by his brothers, who planned to kill him, but instead sold him into slavery. He was later accused of attempted rape by his master's wife, and as a result put in prison, where he met the baker and the butler and interpreted their dreams, and then was forgotten about them. Wow, as dashed hopes and dreams go, Joseph had it tough. It must have been really difficult for him when he was promised by the butler who was released that he would tell Pharaoh about his gift of dream interpretation and didn't. I wonder if Joseph, in the days and the weeks after the butler's release, waited with excitement on his own freedom. And what a disappointment he must have felt when he realised that he had been forgotten. And yet God's hand was on Joseph. God actually had to ensure that Joseph was overlooking and forgotten at this point. Because if Joseph had been released from prison at that time, he would have walked free, yeah. But he would have been released as an ordinary man to lead an ordinary life, because he wouldn't have been walking in his destiny. He would never have been the deliverer of Egypt and the second in line to the throne. As a result, Egypt would have been wiped out. Israel would have been wiped out. His family would have been wiped out. Judah, his brother, was the line that Jesus came through, and that line also would have been wiped out. The purposes of God are stronger than the problems of men, but we are often more concerned with our comfort and disappointments than we are with the state of our souls or the state of our identity. And often, instead of asking God what he wants to teach or change or accomplish through us, we just want our own comfort. But it's only when we get to the place of surrendering, of stopping, of sitting at Jesus' feet, allowing him sovereignty, that we start to see things from a different perspective. And like Paul, we learn to be content in all circumstances. When we see our worth in what we do, we are always left wondering what others are thinking, if this action or that word gains us approval or disapproval. Our authority over the enemy comes out of our intimacy with Abba Father. Satan can't stop our dreams, but he can contaminate them. So today I would like to pray with you. Abba Father, Lord, help today to make intimacy with you our only goal and motivation, to submit and allow you to fully heal our bodies, minds and spirits, to heal our motives, our emotions and our past hurts and disappointments. Lord, help us to be a people whose only interest and desire is to serve you and to bring glory, honour and praise only to you. For we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.